Oh, welcome back to the stream. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Get out of the way. Dismiss this message. We're back in Genshin. I haven't streamed Genshin in a long time. It's been
Can't catch me.
a long time. I haven't really even played Genshin in a while. I played it today. I was really excited to play it today. I've been busy doing other stuff, other games, all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna do dailies to start with, because I need to do dailies, and then I'm gonna go expend. There are all over this. I need that firm arrowhead.
Can't catch me.
Another one.
Attaboy.
Easy enough. Okay. We need to actually cook some stuff. What do we want to do? These are pretty good. Can't really cook any of those. It's a revive. Stir fry that uses, what is this? It's chilies. Cool stuff. Okay, we are just gonna make, I think, only thing we really got actually gives any kind of health. Oh, we got this. I don't really know what those mushrooms are. We're gonna do it. We're gonna cook them up. We're gonna cook them manually. Up. You know. Really want to get a controller for this game that works. I don't rightly know why mine doesn't really work. We're gonna do 5. Alrighty then. Over here. Oh, I forgot all about that chest. That'd have been no good. Core lapis. I still don't know nothing about this game. I'll be honest. Just run around and don't really know what I'm doing. Does anyone actually know what they're doing?
Rally.
Probably should not have used that one.
It's showtime. Fall in. Let's roll.
There we go. Dude, Elo is so good. Only problem with having like an old Geo team is you can't like knock out shields very easy. Apparently like the damage you do can like basically like pass through the shield, I guess, or go like dodge. Dodge the shield, I don't really know what you want to call it. We're missing one.
One with nature.
Where are you at? This group I made when I got Kazuha. It's kind of like my travel group. The only problem with my travel group is they don't do any damage right now. And I didn't really think there were going to be any guys up here.
Don't blink. Hey.
Yeah, look how much damage she doesn't do. Okay, let's find this. Let's find this thing.
The wind knows me.
Where's it at? It's gonna be in that direction. I bet it's gonna be in that little cave thing. Please let me switch. Oh. Oh, come on, you son of a gun.
Time to go.
Okay. We're just gonna run. I don't think it's gonna be up here. Getting up all the way up here is starting to prove more and more. It's not gonna be in this direction. So I'm a little concerned. This is like way too far, eh? Wow, dude. Kaz was actually doing some damage to this guy. I mean, he's not doing a whole lot, but he's... I died from something.
Regrets.
Okay. Get out of here. Come on. I don't know where it is. I'll be honest.
Right.
That's another one. We'll fight him in a second. I don't know where it is. Oh. Duh.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Okay.
Another target down by Outrider Amber.
Outrider Amber. I do need to go get... Oh. Go get my food. There we go. Come on, Ito. Do your job.
Right.
Okay. This guy's a rock, dude. I don't know how effective I'm gonna be. To be honest.
Boy. Charge.
Submit. It's nothing.
Use that first. Okay, she's got whammy.
Who wants some of this? Bam!
He's fairly strong.
Let's roll. Ha! Press the advantage. Quick.
Don't waste my time. Your life is mine.
Advance. Oh, coming through. Attaboy.
It's nothing. Submit.
Terra smash to dust. Let's roll. It's showtime.
She's got a lot of HP. I'll be honest.
Give up. Your life is mine. We are all but...
You gotta be joking. You're dead too, dude. He's a big boy.
Quake. Let's roll.
Give me like 2 seconds here.
Oh, coming through. Let's roll.
Okay, we got him. Only took
I'm
ages.
on a roll.
You know, you do your job, man. You do your job.
Attaboy.
So is Ushi, man. Ushi's the best. He does so much damage. Okay. Let me go to the event. I'm gonna teleport first, though, to here. And then I'm going to grab my stuff. 'Cause I need my stuff. I need the stuff. The stuff is not done. So no stuff for me. Okay, then we'll teleport back.
Can't catch me.
What is that thing? What's going on over here? We've got a big old fort in the middle of water here. Chest right there? 2 chests. 3 chests. Okay. Up.
Can't catch me.
Can't catch you, Ito. Ito's pretty quick. Okay, let's see what we want to do here. Probably just supposed to take this place out. Don't rightly know. Yeah, Black Wings. Yeah, the big dude. Give me some trouble. Easy enough, though. It really helps if I'd level these guys up. I just don't, though. I don't really want this team in particular to be... I like playing Ito. I like the comp and whatnot. It's just... Oh my goodness.
Who wants some of this? Bam!
But I've got other characters other than Ito that I like the reactions. I think the reactions are a little more fun than just using like a whole bunch of geos and you know, generating shields. But everyone's different, man. Ito is fun though. I do like Ito. The reason I got Ito, I wished on his banner, because of Ushi. I mean, I didn't really know I could get Ushi in terms of like chuck them, but I knew the relationship between Ushi and Ito, and I was like, you know what, man? Let me get this guy. I didn't even know I could chuck the little guy. See, but like right now, you're just like, you could take this shield out so much quicker with like a reaction. It's you. You're summoning these things.
It's just a scratch.
There's a lot of guys.
It's nothing.
Fall in.
Where you at? You're right there.
Oni coming through.
Oni coming through. Okay, you're toast, man.
I know what you're thinking. I don't see it. How did this guy get to become the boss of the Arataki gang on the back of beetle fighting and trading card games? Well, you're right. Those are just child's play. Want to know the hard skills that really got me where I am? Eating ramen standing upside down.
Eating ramen standing upside down. That was how the master did it.
Sleeping with my eyes open. Playing the harmonica with my nose. And swatting houseflies with my hair. Yeah.
I just think his moveset's really good. Because when I first started playing Genshin, I played like I think it was two Claymore characters. It was like Noelle and Diluc. And I didn't really care for either of their attack animations. It just wasn't fun for me. I was just like, I don't know what's going on here. Like they just felt slow, and yeah, it just wasn't that fun. So I was like, what's going on? You know, why am I playing these characters? And then I actually was able to trial Ito before I bought him, or wished upon him, and I was just like, you know, well, this is amazing. You know, his animation was actually like decent, and yeah, now here we are. It has kind of helped, like, you know, transitioning between multiple characters. It's helped quite a bit playing as Ito and these other Geos, because you don't have to like think about reactions. You can just like change characters to use their abilities, and still not the best at it. I don't know if anyone could be 100% perfect unless they like were just trying to like do timings. Like, and in this second I'm gonna do this, and because you just like, I get caught up in it. You know, I'm just doing what I'm doing, get caught up in it, and now we are where we are. Dude, I can fly a really long way. I didn't know that. Of course, I started really high up, but yeah, I started pretty high up. We're getting close, though. Is that? It's got to be under. Yeah, it's going to be under. Let's go. Who do I have to take out to get this chest? Oh, no. I died. That was close. That was really close. That was really close. Okay, Magneto. I could take him out. He's not tough. Wrong button. What is this? Oh. That's the one I goofed up. Come on, guy, wake up. Alright, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Lucky. I know. I'm a lucky guy. You'll come to find that out. are back. Tamales are done. Okay, guys, sit down. Take a seat.
Charge!
Don't waste my
Oh no,
time.
I do not want to do that. I always forget.
Let's
Traveler is so. Like, he's obviously good, but when it comes to this, he just.
Attaboy!
It's nothing. Your life is mine.
Okay, dodge that. Come on. Let me shoot your eye. There we are.
Don't waste my time.
Advance! It's showtime!
Easy. Easy.
Let's roll! Follow my lead! Charge!
So much damage from Ushi, man. He's just the best.
Alright! New toys for the boys!
Let's hop off here. And where do we need to go? There's a little house. So I'm excited to get into the next chapter of the game. I'm really excited. It's gonna be an absolute blast. We are gonna want to hop down on this guy.
Attaboy!
Blood repays blood. Submit.
Let's roll! Oni coming through!
Absolute craziness going on in here.
Pull in!
More reinforcements.
Everyone on me!
Don't waste my time. Your life is mine.
Quick! It's showtime!
Easy. Easy money. I don't see nothing on the map, so we're gonna teleport out of here. Up, 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 up. How's your day going, Black Wings? You just straight up chilling? Straight up having a good time? Where are we at? Oh no.
Attaboy! Advance!
Give up. Fight.
Yeah, I'm not gonna beat him. And this. I'm gonna say sorry. See ya. Doing some farm on Genshin. That's the way to do it. I don't know much. I need to start putting.
Can't catch me!
Well, I don't know. There's really no need for me to do routes right now. I know kind of what characters I want to play that I've got right now.
Let's roll!
But I don't have all the lands unlocked, and that's one reason why I haven't really leveled anyone up on this group, this team I'm on. I mean, because I can do, I think, most things. It's just a little tougher. Of course, because, you know, I'm not, like, leveled up. But I want to get. I just got. Oh, I can't look at him.
Oni coming through.
Where you guys at? See, having a fire character would be really nice right now. Or a water character, not a fire character. Make some reactions happen. There we go. Lucy for the win. That guy, he's an unstoppable machine. Okay. I think that's all the dailies. So I got Hyzal, Hizo, maybe, I don't know how people want to say him. I got Hizo, and then Amber I may switch out. She's cool, but she's the only fire character I got, other than someone else who I haven't really used yet. Toma, maybe? They got a pole arm, I know that. I really don't know what kind of damage. I don't know if they're like a sub DPS or a DPS, I don't really know. So I haven't really even thought about team comp yet. Or I could do like some cold damage, but I really don't rightly know what I want to do, because if I have fire and water, I could do like vaporize or overcharge because of fire and lightning, and then I can also do, you know, the big combinations with Hyzal. Who's here? I heard they're really good. The only reason I really thought, yeah. So the only reason I got Hyzal really was I work with people
Best flavor in the world.
at work,
The sweet, sweet
and
taste
they're the ones that
victory.
kind of introduced me
And
to
that's why I've
Genshin.
never spent a single more on any of my
And
snacks. I've won them all, fair and square.
what's going on over here? Some place I can't.
That's right.
Oh no, that's. Yeah, and they're like. They were like, if you do anything, like you really want to like use your wishes on this next banner because it's got Cosmo. And who I work with closely was like, hey man, everyone, like a lot of people skip Cosmo to start with because they didn't think he was gonna be very good, and or like maybe like there was a couple banners that were coming up that people didn't want to waste their wishes on. Cosmo, and all this good stuff. And then, like, after that, everyone was like, oh, he's so good. You gotta get him. So I got Cosmo. And he's basically on my traveling team. I have a team where I'm like, okay, I'm going to use these people to travel. And I'm kind of toying around with it. I'm not really using them right now because they're not strong. And I'm kind of, like, holding on to my wishes for a bit. And, not my wishes, the little leaflets that give you XP. But whatevs. We are just going to see if I can J and do some Archon quests, maybe. Here's world quests. In progress, whatever. We are going to go to do some kind of low-key casual quests. Where are they? Here.
Follow my lead.
Another quest. Perfect. And I'll navigate. Man. So just save Liyue. Really good time. I was actually so I was talking to this to guy at work, and I was like, he was like, "Have you fought Child yet?" Or like, "Do you know who Child is?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know who Child is." And we didn't really talk a whole lot with Child. And when you fight Child, it was amazing. Such a good fight. I don't rightly know why they kind of waited so long to have a fight like that. It was really cool. And I took so long getting to that point, I really forgot what was going on. I really forgot what was going on. Like, I had such a break between when even when you first meet Child. He's like the first guy you talk to when you get to Liyue. And then there's this huge plot twist, and I'm like, what in the world just happened? What am I doing here? Approval doc best. You don't lose the thin sheet of paper. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on, guy. Give appropriate documents to nurse and oh, wrong button. I probably should have paid more attention. Oh no, I wasn't really paying attention. Let me see if I can like get any. Let me go back. Let me go back to the guy. Maybe I can ask for a do-over. Hey man, yeah, I completely forgot what you asked me to do. Is he good to go? Size the method. Yes, I do wish. Okay, he didn't say anything. I'm just gonna guess because I honestly wasn't paying any attention to what was going on. I've got absolutely no clue what was going on. Hey man, how you doing? He's nervous. Paperwork for these is incomplete again. Applying for new business. Here to help out, I presume. Have you brought his exit permit? Submit. Okay. Well, if I actually just read what he asked, we'd be good. I did. Perfect. Give documents to, I don't know how you say that, J-E? I don't know. Where is J-E-N? Is completing the quest. What? The secret, okay, so he's out. Let me see if I can pass through time here a second. How do I do that again? Over here. Let me just wait till like 2 in the morning. There we go. Easy enough. Okay, it's J-E. J-E's maybe. He's still. He's out. Wait till like 6 in the morning. Hold on. we'll get this guy. He just needs a permit. We're gonna give it to him. What's the hold up on? Where's J.E. at, man? Character is currently involved in another quest. Cannot join this quest. He's currently involved with something else. So we're just gonna come back to that because I got no clue what's going on with that. What are we going to do next? This one. There we go. Talk to her. It's probably her quest.
Follow my lead.
I don't rightly know. I just picked up all the quests I could.
Follow my lead.
My brother, he picked up oil painting like a year ago, and I took him to go buy this stuff because he's never like done art before, and he was like he wanted to try it, and so I took him to the shop I go to. He lives in a bigger city than I do, but there's this place I go shop down there. Well, when I was in college, I wanted to go shop down there, and I've been back since. It's just really out of my way.
Follow my lead.
I mean, it's like 2 hours out of my way. and they have like high quality stuff. So when you go down there, you can spend a lot of money really quickly. It's not like a Michael's or like a Hobby Lobby type situation. It's how much money do you want to spend on this stuff? I went down there one time and bought a box of colored pencils, and the colored pencils was like I can't recall. I want to say it was over $50. And I was just like, I don't know if these colored pencils are worth $50. They were pretty good, but
Follow my lead.
I don't think I really even used them. I had to buy that for a art class a long time ago. Where? Okay, so quest done. Nope. Complete other quests to continue. Oh my goodness. I almost gave you. I got really nervous about that one. Where are we going here? So many quests. I spent about like 13 hours at my grandparents' house yesterday. It was absolutely crazy. Brother texted me. He's not in town very often, so I wanted to go hang out with the guy. And, well, we don't live in the same town. Like I said, he lives in a bigger city than I do. But, he was in town, and he's like, hey, our mom's coming down here in the morning. And, you can come down. We'll hang out afterwards. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool. And I told him, like, oh, wait. I'll go see our grandparents. Because I had to watch their house for like 3 weeks. Because they were like in Canada.
Follow my lead.
And so they got back, but they had COVID. And so I was like, yeah, I can't really see you now, can I? So I waited, I don't know how many weeks. They're keeping me like up to date with their health and their quarantining and all that stuff. Symptom free. You gotta be like symptom free for, I don't know, was it a week, 2 weeks or something? I don't know. So they told me they were done quarantining, so I went down and saw them. I was down there a long time. And the main thing is they don't have a whole lot to talk about. And, I was like, asked them a few questions about their vacation, but they weren't really like wanting to talk about it. I don't really know. It's kind of weird. I mean, it wasn't a cruise, it was like a tour of just this province up in Canada. And, yeah, they were just on a bus driving around, looking at stuff, looking at the whales, the puffins. And, yeah, they said they had a good time. I was like, alright. And then there were no stories. It was just like, alright, it sounds like a good time, I guess. Leave it to me. It sounds like a good time. He just didn't say a whole lot. So that was kind of weird. But I don't know if you've ever had to talk about random stuff for 13 hours, but that is what I did. Well, I asked my grandpa when I was hanging out with him for like 5 minutes. And then I kind of asked him, it's like, it's an under exaggeration, but it was like probably 10 minutes. And then I asked him, this question. There was a guy down there that had a quest. Can I pick that quest up?
Follow my lead.
Let's see. Oh I think I picked it up already. I can't remember. I'm not really thinking. Yeah, we're probably good. Can I teleport to that? Let's do that. So I asked him a question because I was really thinking about this, and I was like, hey, just a question. What
Follow my lead.
What made you so driven when you were like young? And the thing about my grandpa was, like he came from nothing. Like he had and that's like a lot of, I don't know. At least in my family, like they all came from nothing. Like my grandma, so his parents, like if it was like Christmas or like their birthday, he said they would get like an orange as a gift, you know, and then, you know, like my great grandparents, you know, like my great grandmother, she worked on a tobacco farm. That's what her family did. They were tobacco farmers. And like tobacco brought in a lot of money for a little land, and it still does. But they didn't have that much land, i.e., not a whole lot of money. And so my grandpa, he like, if I want to go see where he grew up now, he moved around quite a bit. But like I remember one time he said, if you want to go see my neighborhood, we'd have to wear body armor now. And I was like, you know, that's just where he like he didn't grow at the time. It wasn't that bad. It's gotten worse since he grew up. And so yeah, he had like nothing anyway. So you know, I was a bit curious about it because you know he eventually, you know, he was able to amass loans for over $1 million back in the this was back in like the 60s, you know, the 70s. And you know, he never really had, like now he still doesn't really have a whole lot, you know, but when you're buying, like he was basically what my dad would call a slumlord. Like he would buy properties and rent it out to people, and he had quite a few. And you know, he had like once you start getting capital, you can kind of build, and it was a lot easier because I've asked him quite a bit about it because he made a lot of money doing that. And so I was a bit curious what made him like want to like risk that, because it's a huge risk when you buy property. People may not pay you. You know, your property could have, you know, faults. And he told me now if he wouldn't do it in today's climate, so I'm not really interested in doing that. It's just too expensive. I'm like, I get that, you know. What am I doing? But he didn't really have a good answer for me. He rambled for like an hour. I'm not even joking about that. It was like I was there an hour, and he rambled for like an hour, and I was just like, okay, you know. He's like, did I answer your question? I'm thinking, not really. His answer to me was, he wanted a house. That was his answer. I was just like, what do you know? I asked him what made you so driven, and he said his reply was, I wanted a house. And I mean, his answer was a little more in depth. Like he said, if you have property, it's always yours, and someplace you can go that's yours. And I'm like, I guess that makes sense, but wasn't really what I was asking. But when he was young, life was really different. There was a lot more opportunities. And I talk quite a bit to my grandpa about like modern day stuff because we're both really into kind of like where the world's heading and you know, like what's going on for the country, the world, society, that kind of stuff. And he says our current biggest problem is there's no housing for young adults. So he said, like, what you run into is houses when they're built for someone that has like a higher income, you know, or an income that has been acquired after, you know, years. So like where I live, when they build houses, they sell for like $250,000 to like $450,000 easy. Like when they build them, like when you have a housing development and they're built. And he said when he was up in Canada, he noticed the same problem. There was houses up there for sale at like, what was it? There was houses up there valued at $500 a square foot. And he says, I don't understand how they're doing it. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. So like where I live now, yeah, if you look at buying homes, you kind of run into two problems right now. It's kind of like, because I've been looking at homes for like 2 years now. It's almost been 2 years, and you know, I thought about just throwing money into something that is. The main thing is I don't want to be in a neighborhood that is absolutely terrible. Um, which where I live now, it's very weird that way. I didn't grow up here, so like where I grew up, like my dad, he still leaves his doors open. Like when he sleeps, his doors are open. Like he doesn't like there's just no crime there. Or if there is crime, it really isn't residential. It's more like commercial, like thievery, or and it, like if it is, or you have people that have like drugs on them, or they're drinking and driving, that kind of stuff. It's not really like you have to worry about yourself. So here, when I look at, you know, uh, maps and crime maps and property, it gets really weird for me because I'm like, what in the world is this? And then I think like if I go to a neighborhood and if you have nice stuff, people start noticing, and I'm like, okay, you don't want to live here, and I'm like, oh my goodness. But it's a weird thing. But anymore in the housing market, you know, it's like you know, you're just doing weird stuff. You're buying. So I got pretty good for a while. Now I don't know what the market's like at all. I just haven't been looking for houses. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Because it just became this thing where people would basically sell you junk, and they're like, I bought this house. I bought this house for let's say like $100,000, and then 2 years later I'm gonna sell it to you for $130,000. So I mean the market went up 16% or whatever. So you're like, okay, this doesn't really math out. Even if it did math out, you're buying in like an all-time hard market. You're never gonna see that money again, unless like somehow the market gets extremely out of kilter. I got no HP right now. I probably should eat something. So that's really why I haven't bought anything. It just doesn't make any economic sense to me. But it's really weird to watch, like what people will buy. So there was a house I saw earlier, and they bought it for $30,000, and like it was kind of not. It was like an okay neighborhood. It wasn't a great neighborhood, and it wasn't a bad neighborhood. Okay, I got a treasure map. I think I know where that is. That is. I think I know where that is. I think I went there earlier today. Actually, it's right here. Yeah, it's right here. Perfect. So we will head. Just teleport here. So they bought it for like $30,000, and now they're selling it for what was it, 130,000? It was like $100,000 more, it's like 125 or something. And they did a complete repair of the house. I don't know what they did to it because they didn't have any pictures of the original. And so they had, like, compared to Google Maps, it had like new siding. And then on the inside, it had like all new windows. It had like new sinks, a new the shower was really cool. I mean, it's more money than I would ever think about putting in a shower, but they had one in there that was really cool. And it was just, it was just a different kind of thing. This is why I like reactions, because oh my gosh.
Give up.
Fall in.
We need to eat some more food. Because
Coming through. Ha!
yeah, big man. I'm just doing so little damage right now. Even he's like level 50,
Let's roll.
and my guy is not level 50, but I need to put this guy, this guy.
Terra smash. Attaboy.
Still haven't done a new event. I haven't even started it
Catch me.
this week. I will hopefully start like, tomorrow or something.
Let's roll. This isn't good.
I've got to read this book for work, and I've been off putting it for weeks. I got like, I think I got 2 weeks to read it, 3 weeks to read it, or something like that. I don't think I'm not gonna like it. I just don't read anything. It's just not exactly what you call easy for me.
Advance. Can't catch me. Attaboy.
Oh my gosh, guy.
Ha! It's showtime. Cha!
And it's usually not a good time. In terms of,
Let's roll.
oh my gosh.
Don't waste my time. Your life is mine.
I even screwed that one up. This is what I'm talking about. Just do no damage with the shield. Once I get to the next con, I'll level up my other team. And we'll be rolling in the absolute
Let's roll.
damage.
An unfortunate fault.
Found out my stepdad started streaming World of Warcraft. It was a little weird for me.
Free money. Goodbye, working for a living.
So when I first met my stepdad, he told me he was like into World of Warcraft. He was a very different guy than he is now. And him and his ex-wife used to play World of Warcraft. And then he'd go through these phases because he was in the army of when he would be able to play World of Warcraft and like when he'd want to and all this other stuff. Where are we at here? I need to go find this treasure. And I've hit this button and then go to use that. Use that. Which one do I want to go? Is this one? Okay, treasure map. Map. Okay, so that's the little dot right in between the two groups. Okay. Let's go over here. Up in that little camp there. Perfect. So yeah, he plays World of Warcraft. He's been playing World of Warcraft a long time. But I used to play with him, and my brother got really into World of Warcraft when we were about like he was about I think 16 or 17. Could have been 18. I can't really recall. And my brother found out pretty quickly he was not very good at World of Warcraft. Like, the thing about World of Warcraft is you have to like
Let's distribute these among our forces.
you have to like do very little in World of Warcraft. Let me read these logs. Ruin. Apparently I'm in combat. Who am I in combat with? Must have took somebody. Okay. Oh, he just killed that guy like no problem. I mean, I had no idea. Okay, calm yourself. Okay, we climb up this thing here.
Attaboy! Oni coming through! Leaving so soon!
Should have really dodged that one.
It's nothing.
Prepare yourself. No escape.
Bam! Who wants some of this? See you at the rematch.
You can't run from death.
Okay, I need to really find this chest here. Don't really know where it is. A lot of chests.
I'll keep this close.
Okay. So yeah, he's just not very good at World of Warcraft. My brother, he used to do healing, and like something he would do, he would just sit in like the damage per second, kind of like puddles, you know. I don't know, no big deal. People should just have fun though, with whatever they do. You don't have to be good at anything to do it. But he may get some flack in the comments. Those guys take it pretty serious. Within it holds a precious stash, a giant tree, right in the middle. Follow the road. Seek all the riches shall be bestowed. With so many steps to climb for good measure, descend and you shall find the hidden treasure. A giant tree flourishing and lush. Within it holds a precious stash. Right in the middle. Follow the road. Right in the middle. Follow the road, and the riches shall be bestowed. So many steps to climb for good measure, descend and you shall find them. I don't know what that means. Large tree in the middle of a path, and below a flight of stairs. Okay. Don't rightly know what this is. Here earlier. Don't know. It's a fairly big tree. What? It's in the middle of the path. Okay, that is gonna be kind of tough. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. I should not have used that. It's no big deal. Okay, what are we gonna do? We need to go get blessed. gonna fly down and see what we can find. I don't rightly know. Something I suck at. I'm not very good at a lot of things, but I'm not well at riddles. It's never been my thing. They just usually make no sense to me. I mean, the game took the time to kind of clarify what it was trying to say, and I still didn't get it. Big tree, some stairs below it. So hopefully we learn what's going on. Is he frozen in food? Okay, let me go over and help this guy out. Like loading his gun. It took a long time to do it. Okay.
Let's end this quickly.
Let's roll. My boys.
That was pretty quick death, and we're dead. I knew it was not going to be very nice. It's just the shields, man. These guys have.
Follow me. Charge! Can't catch me.
Also, character boundary. This was a nice guy.
Yeah. Attaboy.
Give up. Submit.
Chill to the bone. Let's end this quickly. Fry. You need to hurry up.
Advance. Bam.
Ah, shit.
Rally. It's showtime. Attaboy.
Chill to the bone.
Charge. Yes, quickly. See you at the
He died again. That's not good. We're getting frozen.
Don't waste my time. Your life is mine.
Terra smash. Almost. Yeah. Yeah. Advance.
Give up.
Oh, there's a chest.
Blood repays blood.
Found it mid-combat.
The victor.
I died again. Oh my gosh. It's not going good.
Charge.
Let's end this quickly.
Can't catch me. Let's roll. Terra smash. Fall in. Bam. Yeah. Dust. Can't catch me. Attaboy.
Let's end this quickly.
water
Can't catch
there.
me. Is that all you got? Attaboy! Oni coming through!
Let's end this quickly. This isn't good.
Alrighty then. Really nice chest.
New toys for the boys.
And we'll try to find the next one.
Can't catch me.
There's a chest over there though. Let's go get that. See, frog, give me the frog. Come on. Oh, you gotta be joking. The frog disappeared. What? Who knows, man? And I died. Nope, I'm alive. I'm alive. Let's see here. Come on. Ito? Up the side here. Oop. I completely goofed that one. I'm getting too click happy.
Alright, new toys for the boys.
Yeah, it's Ito's catchphrase. New toys for the boys. What am I to do here? I do have a really good time with Ito. I would like to get that non-Geo team up and rolling pretty soon, though. It's just in terms of getting to the next island. Allow me to get the beetles. I just can't get the almighty beetle. It's hidden.
Terra smash.
I found something kind of weird. I don't think I'm actually doing any damage to this guy. Just kind of stuck. Just stuck in a little prison. Alright, no big deal. Follow the map to find the treasure.
Attaboy!
Okay, now where are we gonna find a chest?
Quake!
Oh, those guys are immune to stuff. What in the world? Whatever. Need to find. Where would a chest be? Oh. Perfect. You just told me where it was. That's what I like.
I'm on a roll.
Alright, Ito, it looks like one more. Oh, here we are. The tree with the staircase. Another frog? Come on. I don't think I've ever picked up a frog before. The real question is, would you pick up a frog?
Hello, free money. Goodbye, working for a living.
There wasn't a staircase underneath that tree. It's you get a strange box. Easy enough. My mom, she went to with my brother down to this, I don't know what you call it, like Mexican district. My brother bought a whole bunch of food for her. So my mom gave me some of these tamales. They're like pre-made. What is this? Parametric transformer. Don't know. And these are some of the worst tamales I've ever had. I don't know what kind of tamales they are, but they are not. They're not good. They're not good at all. So I'll have to find something else. I'm trying to power my way through this one tamale here. It's just not working, man. It's just not working. I need to hit J and find another quest. Can I? The secret? Okay, you go do this one. It is so, I mean, I don't know if the word cool is needed, but it's weird. That's for sure a word for this. It's so weird that they involve like other characters in quests. And then they're like, hey, yeah, this character can't help you right now because they're doing another quest. I've never seen that in another game. It's not bad. It's not, I don't think it's good. I mean, it's cool, kind of. It kind of like allows you to interact with the world a little bit. It's just weird, though. Okay, well, what do we got here? We're gonna investigate. Nothing strange over there. Over here. Over here. Okay, let's. Whoa, 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 whoa! What happened there? That was a bit weird.
Let's roll.
Lots of focus.
Everyone on me! Who wants some of this?
There we go.
Can't catch me.
Easy enough. Gain some stuff. Kind of rhymed. We're having a good time. Let's see. Dude, get off that little totem pole, alright? It's gonna take me ages to...
Let's roll.
Alrighty then. That is from what movie? It's Jim Carrey. Is it Cable Guy, or is it Dumb and Dumber, or is it Animal Detective? I don't know too many Jim Carrey movies. He got huge, obviously, but I don't know. I don't know the films he's in. But the Cable Guy, I didn't really care for. It was just so weird to me. I was like, what is this film? Because it's not like, I don't think it's supposed to be scary. Because it's not real scary. It's weird though. I mean, in real life, if that was happening, it'd freak you out. This guy's stalking you. You know, he was just your cable guy. And then, of course, we have the background information. This guy's, like, living out of the van. No longer works for the cable company. And you're like, what in the world is going on? Then he hands out free channels, making friends. Stocks him some more. It's a weird one. We need to teleport. We got ages away. 16. Where do we need to go? Down back here. Oh yeah. To tell you the truth, I'm not really looking forward to tomorrow. I'll be honest. I'm still really tired. I don't know. But I will do it. I'll go into work. It was pretty awesome. So I work with a lot of engineers that are salaried. Like they're salaried employees. And like technically like I'm salaried as well, but I'm not really salaried. It's a weird deal. And the only reason I say that is I have to hit a certain amount of hours a week. Like I have a time clock. And so like if you're salaried, typically you don't have a time clock because you're salaried. Like that's how that works. But I have to have a time clock because I'm entitled to overtime. And so it's this really weird like paradigm, and I'm like, what in the world, you know. So since day one, it's been a weird situation for me about that. But anyway, I work with a lot of these engineers, and my boss, we're in this meeting, and he asks us, he's like, would any of you want to help? Like, I don't even know what it is. Basically, it's like he said, it's like an annual inventory event, and I never heard of it. Okay, I need to read this. Fanfuls, sigh, it's really tiring work. Business safety. Here we go. Looks good. Perfect. Off to the next one, eh? During daytime work hours. Okay, so if we hit this button and then hit this button, and we make it daytime tomorrow at we'll do like 10. That's easily a work hour. So he was like, anyone want to help do this catalog thing? And he says it's like mostly like data entry type stuff. And I'm sitting over there thinking like, you know, no big deal, sign me up. And the cool thing about me is I don't have any problem doing like mind-numbing stuff. Most of the day I am doing mind-numbing stuff.
Can't catch me.
Like it's like, you know, I make like these drawings and they're all pretty much the same. You know, and so, and that's like, it's not really that mind-numbing. It could be more mind-numbing, and I do some pretty cool stuff. And you know, but anyway, I can do really mind-numbing stuff. It's never been a problem for me to sit down there and like really not think about it. As long as I got like music, I'm usually pretty happy. If I'm doing it without any kind of tunes, it's gonna make for a long day, you know. But he was like, "Who wants to?" You know, I'm thinking like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it." So I was just, you know, I gave it maybe, it was like a cool 5 seconds, cool 10-second wait. And I said, "Yes, you know, sign me up." You know, no big deal. And there's like, I don't know how many of us there are now, 4 or 5. You know, maybe 8 to 10 of us. I don't really want to count right now. You know, 8 to 10 of us, and I was the only one that volunteered for it. Which, you know, makes me no difference. You know, everyone wants to do what they want to do. Some people got family. Some people like don't want to, you know, do anything out of the norm. You know, because it's not their job. I get it. No big deal. But, you know, yeah, I'll do something different, you know, learn or help or whatever. I'm pretty agreeable, so let me help out. So I volunteered for this, and he says, oh, anyone else, and he wasn't like, put me down or anything. Like this was kind of afterwards, and well, hold on, I'm getting the story kind of misplaced. So I volunteered for it, and then I say, I get paid one way or another, and I didn't really think about it, but a lot of the people I work with don't get paid overtime.
Can't catch me.
And Adam's over there thinking, well, last time I did it, I was there at like 6 in the morning to like 11 at night. And I was like thinking to myself, geez, and then, 11 at night, 6 in the morning. And, not that that really bothers me. But I was thinking, you know what? If I was a salaried employee, I'd have a hard time wanting to do that. I'll be completely honest there. It'd be really tough for me to want to do that. Because yes and no, you get paid to do your job. It's like a flat fee kind of thing. So, and when I first got into the workforce, my dad, he's never been a salaried employee. So, but he's worked with a lot of people that are. And he was just like, hey, you need to realize is when you're looking into jobs, he's like, if they're salaried, make sure you don't get screwed over. Because they can salary you, and there's a few people that I not necessarily work with, but, I see working around, and they're salaried, and, there's one guy in particular I can think of off the top of my head, and I know he's salaried, and he shows up before I do, and a lot of times he leaves either the same time I do or leaves after I do. And, depending if I stay later, he will obviously leave before me. But he puts in a lot of hours. And, everyone else that he works with, all the same title, all essentially the same responsibilities.
Can't catch me.
But, that's up to him. If he was to, not care as much, or not even that necessarily, but if he didn't want to do what he was doing, he wouldn't have to, probably. But it was a weird situation, so I was thinking about it the other day actually, because the event's coming up in 26 days, I guess, or something. I think it's 26 days. I looked at my phone. I think it's a Friday. Maybe it was the 29th. Oh, wrong calendar. 26th, yep, it's Friday. So, I'll be coming up.
Can't catch me.
And, yeah, we'll see what it's like. But it's a weird paradigm in some circumstances. It's really different from where my brother works and where my other friends work. It has its benefits, and then there's other things that aren't necessarily negative. It's just different. And, yeah. It's weird. They can do things where I work a very weird way.
It's nothing.
And
Terra smash.
I question a lot of stuff. My biggest thing where I work, it's definitely not a bad place to work. It's just what I do. I see a lot of things that are like things I learned you shouldn't do a long time ago. And most of my training was kind of like postponed in a way, because when I got hired on, we had to quarantine like 3 months after I got hired on. It wasn't even 3 months after I got hired on. So yeah, it's about right. So it was a weird deal. And yeah. So, I play ball. I do what they tell me to. But it's just a weird one. So I was like designing this part the other day, and I asked this. I kind of stayed late to do it because I wanted to get it done because it wasn't really like an official kind of request. Not that it didn't need to be done. It was kind of like a rework type situation. And so I was like, okay, you know, we don't need this now, but we need it in the future. I don't want to forget about this because it's actually kind of important. So let me just get it out of the way now. And so that's what I did. And I was looking over this part. And this guy that made it used like 5 different materials. And it made sense to like an extent. But then it just didn't make any sense. I was like, I don't understand why this guy did this. You know, I was getting kind of, I don't know. I was getting kind of angry about it because I was just thinking, you know, I know who this guy is. I don't work with him per se. I work for the same company I do, but I've seen all the work they've done, and they do work similar to this. It's just like half-tier work, you know, or bottom tier, whatever. And it just really let me down that this guy made this thing, and he's still making the same mistakes that he made, you know, back in the 90s. But he's pretty big where he is. And so, you know, he does a lot of the work there, so like no one's there to correct him. And then something that gets me, my work, is no one's obtained electrovision for a whole year. Wow. You know, so I realized working with like engineers in engineering, they do what I went to school for. Some on a daily basis, some like on a semi-daily basis. You know, like they just do it partway through the day. And something that irritates me is they just don't ask any questions. You know, they don't ask any questions. I ask them questions so I can learn what's going on, you know. Like I want to know, I want you to teach me what you went to school for so I can have that information at my disposal. And I learned kind of the basics of what they do. So I can understand a lot of what they're talking about. It just comes to like when they want to do equations and stuff. I'm out the door. I did not go to school for engineering, so I just didn't do that. So anyway, so they don't ask questions, and I'm not talking about the guys I work with in particular, but I was kind of ranting to my grandparents the other day. There's this organization called ANSI, and they make standards in America, the United States of America, like over like anything you can really think of. They make standards for a lot of stuff. Standards that make standards all over the place, you know. And so the thing with the engineers I work with is they don't know how to do, you know, you can call them blueprints, but they're really just now called drawings because we don't use. Well, they were called drawings a long time ago, but they were on the blue paper and they were called blueprints, you know. So anyway, so blueprints, drawings, whatever, prints, whatever you want to call them. So they've been doing these drawings, and they think because we have software now where you don't have to do it by hand, you don't have to memorize the standards or anything, the software just does all the crap for you. They've been using it willy-nilly for the last 3 decades. Easy. You know, and they've been making these crappy drawings for 3 decades. Not at my company, necessarily. I'm sure there's drawings out there that are junk, you know, or, you know, whatever. And ANSI folded, man. They said, you know what? Yeah, the prints, they don't have to necessarily be good. You know, so ANSI's basically eliminating some of the standards they've had for decades because people don't know how to follow them, or don't follow them, or don't know about them, and you know, it 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 really saddened me because there's people that go to school, you know, they spend 4 years, or 3 to 4 years, maybe even 5 years, depending on, if they were like working while going to school, or maybe they're just a slower learner, or they wanted to make sure they obtained a 4.0 GPA. It doesn't really matter the circumstance. Can we not knock this thing down? They went to school for all that time. I'm not talking about me necessarily. Mostly thinking about like people went to school for like drafting. The term used to be like draftsman. I don't know what you call them now. I don't know what other terms you have other than that, But anyway, so you had these draftsmen, and that's what they went to school for. And then we have these engineers that just get a hold of the software and they're like, you know what, I can do what they do. And to an extent, yeah, you can and you can't. You can't. You can and you can't. It just, it blows my mind that ANSI was just kind of folded. And I'm getting really distracted right now. And yeah, it really saddened me. I've been thinking about it for probably about 2 weeks now. Because we just got to the point where, these engineers, they think they're so high and mighty. I mean, there was a time period. I'll go on like a slight rant. I won't get upset about it. There was a time when an engineer would ask a draftsman to draw them something. They'd be like, "Hey, we need this bridge built, and we need it drawn, and I need all these parts drawn up, and here's all the dimensions I need, and here's all the pieces of, here's the types of steel, and it's gonna get formed, and it's gonna have all these brackets. I need all this drawn up." And that was the draftsman's job. They would literally sit down at a table, and they would draw it out for the engineers, and then the engineer would approve them. They'd stamp it, approved. And now we have like digital signatures. No big deal. And then they would stamp it, approved, and that was the job of the draftsman. The draftsman had all the power in the world, man. They had all the power. They weren't necessarily the highest paid position. Engineers, they've been high paid positions for centuries. But the draftsman had all the power. Everything they drew, everything, every detail mattered on that print. Because when they went to go build the thing, or if it ever failed, it was up to that draftsman to draw it. And it's really let me down that ANSI folded. These engineers, they just somehow
Can't catch me.
got ANSI to say, you know what, well, we can't make all these drawings bad because all these drawings are in existence, and so we'll just fold over and we'll let all these drawings pass. We'll change our standards so these companies don't go bankrupt not adhering to our standards. So that's my little tangent. Funny thing is, though, draftsmen, they can make wicked money. If you have 15 years of CAD experience, you can make buku bucks. You can make, those, like me, I do drafting daily. It's not necessarily when I went to honestly, when I went to school, I had no idea what I was going to school for. I was like, because I really wasn't interested in college. It wasn't what I wanted to do. But my brother was going, and my family was like, "Hey, you need to go to college." And I was like, "All right, sign me up." Yeah, so that's why I went to college. And yeah, so basically got a very similar degree to what he got. It's not exactly the same, slightly different subject matter. And yeah, it's just weird. I do really like what I do though. It's really fun.
Can't catch me.
It's really fun. And, I mean, you know, like I said, I'm pretty good at mindless tasks. But I've always liked art. You know, I've always had kind of a natural talent for it. I don't really do it a whole lot. It's something that I can't focus on it. It takes so much focus for me to want to do it because I'm such a perfectionist. You know, I don't know what all perfectionists are like, you know, but when I say I'm such a perfectionist, like when I do something, like if I was to organize a closet, it would not be, I wouldn't be a perfectionist with that. That's what I'm getting at. I don't organize, every time I do something, I don't like make it 100%. There's things that, you know, I do 50% all the time, 10% all the time, you know, but when it comes to art, I gotta give it my 100. I gotta give it my all. Otherwise, I'm like, what's the point? You know, because art is supposed to be something that everyone can appreciate, right?
It's just a scratch, I swear.
It's just a
Don't waste
scratch.
my time. Submit.
But I'll be going back to college here in a minute. Like, it's like 15 days now. And I'll tell you what, I'm not really looking forward to it. It's not something I want to do, really. There's a lot of things I'd rather do with my time. You know, a lot of things that I need to do. But cool thing is, yeah. Cool thing is if I do stay with it, I'll have it. And it's only like 7% of the country has a master's degree. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Follow my lead. Surrender is not an option.
That's pretty much the only reason I'm getting it. Not because I need to learn more. Because honestly, what I'm going to school for, it seems pretty self-intuitive.
Attaboy.
It's like, how do you manage a company? Easy. Easy. I can do that in my sleep. Give me the keys to the kingdom. We rolling in no time. I need to teleport. Oh no, I can't fight that guy. I can't fight him. I don't have the characters. I don't have the characters for him, so we'll have to postpone that. He's a big Geo monster. I don't exactly do well against fighting Geo stuff. In the mountains, I'm not really worried about that. The Great Mountain Survey, I'm not really worried about that either. A chasm. Okay. Here we go. Navigate for that. Whoa. I thought I'd been... Oh man, my voice got really high there. I thought I'd been down there before. No? Well, I guess I have. Yeah, I just haven't got all this stuff. Easy. I never said it. Black Wings. If you're still here, thanks for following, man. Or woman. No judgment. I don't really know. Judgment. I don't really know. Ignore me. Thanks for the follow, though. I didn't even see that little pop-up. I need the add-on so it flies across the screen.
Can't catch me.
We are in a beacon. Okay, there's stuff all around this place. What is this place? We're in the chasm. Just a little joke.
Let's roll.
Oh no. You really can't climb this stuff, can you? What is this? What is this? Okay, that was kind of cool. It was really cool. We'll see how much longer I want to play Genshin. There's something I really want to do. I'm working on this map for like this fantasy world. I do a lot of like a hobby I kind of go back to a lot is world building. I've been doing world building for a long time. I've never really finished any world. I've never really fleshed it out. No problem. I'm just playing Genshin. I was fighting a boss. You're still playing Genshin. You're away from the grinding, the farming. You're back to fighting a boss. Yeah, no big deal. Group of led them a foe. Depths of the chasm and thus quelled the unrest. Okay, memorial will set up. Okay, disrespect. Don't you worry, little one won't bite. Okay, little one. I don't mind this story. There's just I want to get higher level. I want to be able to play my air characters, animal characters. I don't know why they went from air to animal. I don't know. I'll judge them later. You know, I don't wear earrings. Never really had the thought to do so. But these are pretty cool. Traveler's earrings are pretty dope. I couldn't pull them off, that's for certain. But I mean, they're just these little glowy orbs, you know. And I think that's pretty cool. Oh, I guess he's only got one. This traveler's only got one on the left. But, oh, close heaven. Wang here, a miner. You know, I do wish they did more voice acting. It's a small request. I know voice actors can get expensive, but it would have been really cool if they just had Wang here, with a voice. That would have been pretty cool. They chose not to. That's fine. But you know, now we're just sitting here chilling. Warrior's Spear. Kind of listing out the different parts of this place. Sundial of Ages. That's not confusing at all. No, sir. Yeah, I know. Paimon, thanks for saying that. This wasn't all my butt. Man, I am hungry. I got 3 tamales here. I got 3. I can show them to you. Okay, are you ready for it? A tamale. Delicious. Okay, the tamale, man. Yeah, only the story quest to the voice, and I get that. I get it. You know, it makes things a little easier for them.
Can't catch me.
I get it. You know. But it would be really, really cool. Really cool. And it's a long game. I don't know how much time I've put into Genshin. I don't know how much time, but for free. Keywords for free. I mean, okay, so where can I go to my characters? Characters, okay. Wait, character. This one. So I've got how many characters is that? 5 by 3, 15, 6, 8, 17 characters. I got 17 characters. You get 4 for free. Right? So that's 13 characters. Oh, wait. Yeah. 13 characters that I've had to wish for. Okay? So, you know, luckily though, I've been super lucky with wishes. I haven't had to buy any at all. I've been crazy lucky. I mean, I'm not usually lucky in my life, but uh, I'm luckier than most. Oh, there's the kid. I'm luckier than most people. Okay. Um, I've been pretty fortunate in my life. I'm like extremely healthy. I went to the doc. I hadn't been to the doctor. This was like last year or something. Yeah, I guess it was last year. And I told everybody, I was like, hey, I need to go find a doctor in case they get sick. I need to have someone that has my medical records because I hadn't been to a doctor in ages. And so I go see this doctor, and we do some tests. Getting baselines, and this guy, he's no longer my doctor because he quit the hospital. But his name was Joseph. I can't say his last name because I don't want to expose this guy. Really good guy. He was pretty young guy, and he was from India, and so we didn't have that in common. I was like, I never asked him about it, but I knew he was from. It said in his bio, so you basically got to pick the hospital that's in town has like bios for all their doctors, and then it tells you like what department they're in, of course, and then it tells you like if they're accepting new patients. So I basically had to call up his office and was like, hey, I see Joseph here is wanting new patients or accepting new patients or whatnot. Can we make an appointment? Make it happen, Captain. And so I went, saw him. It was a really cool place, really cool waiting room. I had to wait, and I hadn't been to a doctor since I was a kid, and I had to wait an incredibly long time in that little waiting room. I actually got nervous, like maybe I'm in the wrong waiting room, maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe she said, third door on the right, and I went in the third door on the left. Maybe that was the case, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. So anyway. Joseph comes in. We're talking, and he says, "What do you want to do today?" And he was confused, and I was just like, "What?" I said, "Man, I haven't had a doctor pretty much ever in my life. I kind of just wanted to set up some baselines, meet with you, and he's, you make sure, just set up you as my primary care doctor." And he's like, "Okay," and so. I thought that was weird because obviously you have to plan a schedule. And if you didn't know what I really wanted to do when I came in, I don't know what he charged me for. Honestly, the first time he examined me, I don't know what I paid for. I don't know if that was like a general exam because he didn't really do anything to me when I first talked to him. He pretty much just checked my breathing and my blood pressure. And that was pretty much it. I mean, he didn't even do the reflex test. And then I remember, so then I got some blood work done. He recommended, you get some blood work done. I'm like, all right, make sure it's all healthy. And basically what it came down to is when this guy socked me, he talked to me. He was like, look, Nick, you're one of the helliest individuals I've ever seen. And I was just looking at him like, what do you mean? It is just like, you haven't been to a doctor in how long? And I was just, I told him, he says, okay. And he's just like, one of the healthiest guys I've ever seen. And I was like, really? And he says, obviously you're obese. And I was just like, I've got a little offended. I was just like, okay, man. And he's just like, all I need you to do is go on walks and lose some weight. And I was, that was all he's told me. He's like, I need you to go on walks and lose some weight. And he gave me this little pamphlet. And I wasn't really upset with him because I knew I was obese. I've been basically got obese pretty much right out of high school. Well, a couple years after I got out of high school, I got obese. And, I wasn't mad at him, of course, but, which a lot of people are considered overweight, not obese, okay? And so, you know, he just told me you need to lose weight, and the pamphlet they gave me really didn't have a whole lot of information I did already know. Basically just told me, like, you know, if you have this weight, it could cause, like, health problems in the future, all that stuff. Whatever. You know, but it was pretty cool for me to hear that, because I had a few health conditions when I was a kid. I had this cough. Not cough, it was hiccups. I had hiccups. I didn't think about that for years. But I was thinking about it one day, and I had these hiccups when I was a kid that didn't go away for ages. Ages. I'm not talking like days or weeks. I'm talking months. And I remember when I went to see the doctor, my mom took me to see the doctor about it. The doctor was like, I really don't know what's wrong with him. And that was the end of the conversation. Like, in terms of, like, anyone actually wanting to fix me, it really wasn't the case. And then I saw another doctor. I got, essentially, sleep problems, essentially. I got a few things. Like, one thing, basically, like, when it comes to, like, deep sleep and, like, light sleep, you have 3 stages of sleep, right? You got REM, light, and deep sleep. Okay, and REM is when you really start, one, you gain a ton of energy. You gain an absolute mess ton of energy in REM. And then you also dream, right? So that's like the 2 heavy hitters. You got REM, you know. And then deep sleep, you're gaining a high amount of energy, right? And it's very tough to wake someone up out of deep sleep, right? I don't know if it's tougher to wake some. You don't really do a whole lot of REM when you sleep. I don't know what the percentile is. I don't know if it's easier to wake someone up while they're dreaming or in deep sleep. I don't know. Anyway, when it comes to my sleep, when I have light sleep, I'm very heavy. Like when someone says they're a heavy sleeper, they're kind of meaning not necessarily what I'm getting at, but like I go into a deep sleep during light sleep. It is very tough to wake me up. And other problem with my sleep is I sleepwalk. And in terms of like terminology, I don't necessarily have to walk around in order to you know, I don't have to walk around to be sleepwalking. There's plenty of things. When I was in high school, I used to get on my computer quite a bit. I would just go onto my computer, and I wouldn't watch or like necessarily look anything up in particular. I would just kind of sit and stare at my computer screen. That was pretty much what I was doing in high school. I really don't know what I do now, because when I wake up, I'm in the same place I was when I went to sleep. So since I don't live with anybody, I really don't know how much sleepwalking I do. Like anymore, like if I have like cookies in the house, I've eaten cookies in my sleep a few times. The other night, I woke up and there was a spider. I have a whole bunch of spiders in my apartment. Okay, I live on the ground floor. I don't have a basement, and it's in an apartment complex. I have a ton of spiders in my place. Okay, I've pretty much gotten used to them. They don't really, they don't really do anything, right? I mean, they're not like a pest. Like, they're not gonna, the only bad thing about spiders is they can populate. They can reproduce. If you don't take care of that, you could have a small problem. But, so I got spiders in my place. And I wake up and I see this spider, like, right next to my face. Because I sleep in a chair most nights, because that's just where I sleep. And I've got a bed. I just don't sleep in the bed. So I was sitting in this chair, and I was laid back, and I wake up, and there's this spider right next to my face. And I'm just staring at it like, that's not good. There's a spider right next to my face. But the thing is I'm not awake. I'm like, I'm technically, I'm like sleepwalking still. But like my dad explained to my grandparents at Christmas because he sleepwalks. It's kind of like you're in the state of being awake, but you're not really awake. So like your body does stuff that you're observing. It's like I'm like watching a movie. It's kind of like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm not in control of what I'm doing. I'm just there for the ride. So that doesn't happen too often because that is, every time you sleepwalk, that doesn't happen. But anyway, that's like a part of it. So anyway, so I'm sitting there sleepwalking, and I'm in this chair and I wake up and there's a spider and my subconscious is reacting to the situation. Like it's getting the information and it's reacting to the situation. And I'm just sitting there thinking like that's not good. And the spider, like, I don't know what it really does. It was there and then all of a sudden it wasn't there. It like moved really quickly. Anyway, the spider's gone and my subconscious was like, I don't want to be here anymore. So I get up out of the chair and I grab my blanket and I walk into my bedroom and I go onto my bed. So I jump onto the bed and I'm looking at the pillows and I decide to adjust the pillows. And I'm not the one adjusting the pillows. My subconscious, me sleepwalking, is adjusting the pillows. So I'm adjusting the pillows and all of a sudden I see another spider. Now, I could have been dreaming. I don't really know. But there's another spider, and I'm like, that's not good. Another one. But the thing is I wasn't even like scared or terrified or petrified or anything. I don't like spiders. I don't like them. Usually, because the main thing is like, know your enemy. So a lot of people don't mind spiders. A lot of us don't like spiders. Okay, I don't have like a fear of spiders. Like I don't like get caught up when I see a spider, but I don't like them. So anyway, the spider's there, and I'm like, that's not good. And pretty much nonchalant, I get up out of the bed, go back to the chair, and say, screw it, I'm gonna sleep in the chair. And anyway, that's what I did last night. It was kind of weird, man. I was like, I don't understand what is going on. But out like a light. So other than that, I've been pretty healthy. They got the hiccups and the sleep stuff. You don't have luck, Black Wings. You don't have the luck? And Genshin in real life.
Can't catch me.
IRL. Maybe both. I've been pretty fortunate. The only thing that I wish I may do different is with my job. I like my job a lot. When I say a lot, it's easy money. There was a time when I was working, it was really tough. It was really hard work. It was hard work. And I think about it quite a bit because it was hard. It was just not a fun time. There was days when, I remember one day in particular, it was absolutely grueling. And I was helping my dad, and he knocked out a chimney. And the things with chimneys is they can sometimes be structural, depending on how you do it. Like, the house may need the chimney. So he goes in the basement of his house. He knocks out the base of his chimney, and the whole chimney comes down. The whole house fills up with this dust. Crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Fills up with this, it was the entire house just caked in this stuff. And, at that point, it was pretty much time to get to work. And so I go down in this basement, and the thing with this basement is you couldn't stand up. So, it was an older home, and sometimes in older homes, even a lot of newer homes, anymore, not necessarily newer homes, but in older homes, they didn't necessarily think that people would utilize basements because plumbing and electrical was done a little different. So we didn't exactly have finished basements, 40 years ago. It just wasn't, not even necessarily 40 years ago. You know, it just wasn't a thing. Commonly, it wasn't a thing. So, anyway, we go in this, you know, we go in this shortened basement, and the benefit of a shorter basement is you don't have to pour as much of the basement, and you don't have to dig as much earth. And depending on where you are, digging earth can be kind of expensive. So anyway, we're in this short basement, so I'm hunched over for ages in this basement, and it was pretty much my job to move all these bricks. Now, this was a 3-story home. It wasn't a short home. It wasn't like a 1-story or a 2. It was 3 stories. And then the chimney went into this short basement. So it was incredible. It was probably at least 35 feet. 35 feet tall chimney. It was absolutely incredible. And it was good not only in one room, it was good in 2. So it was large, so people could use the chimney in 2 rooms at once. So it was tied into a living room and then tied into this, like, a lot of people would call it like a family room. I don't know what originally it was, but it was another room. Okay, so it was tied into 2 rooms. So it was 2 chimneys in one, essentially. It was humongous, and so all these bricks fell into this basement, and we waited for, like, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes to see if the house was gonna collapse. And so I was moving bricks, I don't know how many days. I'd pick up basically a handful of bricks. It was like, it would depend on how many bricks I could fit in my hand, because some of them broke on impact. Some of them were broke just to begin with because it's an old chimney. It was absolutely crazy. It was it was hot. And then once I filled up, I had this wheelbarrow. Once I filled up this wheelbarrow, I had to take the bricks out of the wheelbarrow, and then I had to dump them into this trash bin. That was a pull-away. It was a pull-away dumpster. Well, the problem is there's no way to get the wheelbarrow into the pull-away dumpster. So you basically had to take the bricks you just lifted from the basement and the wheelbarrow out of the wheelbarrow into the dumpster. It was actually incredible. So, a mirror maiden. What's she gonna do? A Fatui maiden who wields a water mirror in combat. Attacks apply the reflection status to the character. When nearby character is affected by reflection, she enters the polarization state, which makes her stronger. Weird. I don't think I'm gonna do too well in this fight. I'm gonna be honest. I'm already dying here. Let me see here. So typically, that's why I'm not really opposed to working today in life, because it's usually like, you know, it's just not a big deal to me. I've worked in much harder situations. You know, so both. I'm sorry to hear that, Black Wings. I may have to stop bragging about my luck. What in the world? How do I get out of this? That is a weird trap. These guys are absolutely destroying me. We are probably just gonna let them. What is this? Can I break out of? Okay. I'm basically dead here. I'm gonna run away. Can I make a map, a chest? I don't put a lot of landmarks down. I don't know what any of these pens mean. Pens, Genshin. Oh. Of course that didn't work, because everyone enamel pens, map pens, Genshin. Okay, let's see here. Pins. Item collect pin. Hunting pin. Star pin. I don't know what a star pin is. Quest pin. Monster pin. Fishing pin. What is a star pin? What do you use a star pin for? What do you use a star pin for? Black wings? I'll probably just use the star wing. We're gonna call this chest. I'm gonna choose star and we'll confirm it. We're probably gonna die here in a second. And Guang here, she's gonna follow this little guy. See, I think that's probably my primary hobby is world building, I'd say. I've always been a big fan of writing. You know, I don't necessarily know why, where it stemmed from, but I really liked writing. I don't really do a whole lot of writing now. Kind of goes back to the same thing with art. It takes a lot more focus and to do it.
Wealth. Why settle for less than more?
You wait.
I didn't really do anything. He's kind of lit the building on fire. He's hoping for more. Oh, how am I supposed to get out of here? This door? Oh. That is strange. Show yourself. Open the door. Who's this guy? A treasure hoarder boss. Someone familiar with this place. I don't know what you're looking for.
Who's there? Right on target.
It's nothing.
All right.
Submit.
All right, man. I'm not doing too good today.
Give up.
Man, the amount of damage I'm not doing.
Right on target. To dust.
I'm really gonna take time to find out how to get to the next location so I can get some beetles. Need the beetles. And also need to get Fissile. Fissile is the next key. And then maybe replacing Amber. I don't rightly know. I like Amber quite a bit. I think she's fun. Throwing down her little since I played Ito, I really liked the idea of throwing down some kind of creature to tank more. How her ability works is a lot different than Ito's. She throws that little Barrett bunny down, and it's not the best. Doesn't do any damage on impact. It's got a fairly long delay. Does damage after the fact, which is nice.
Terra Smash!
What's up, boy?
Quake! Terra Smash!
Well, Terra Smash works incredibly well on humans, man. Where'd my bar go? Oh, he's gone. Don't really know. Alright, let's go back over there. Unlock a teleport. Yeah, but what I do now is easy money. Easy money. the people downstairs at the office, they've got it much more difficult than I do, man. Again, not that the work is backbreaking by any means. It's just there's a lot more risk of things going wrong. I mean, there's a lot more risk in things going wrong, and the more money is kind of at stake. Not saying that if I do something, if I do something, I can do something that if I ever do something, it won't really ever be me getting in trouble for it. There's plenty of people that I cannot necessarily blame, but essentially blame. You know, and I have had a, not necessarily that I've made a mistake, but I think I made pretty much just one mistake since I've been out at the office. I've not necessarily ever, there's times where I didn't really work with somebody well enough, and I've been like, hey, like, what do we need to do? Or they call me up and they say, hey, can we change this? Or this wasn't what I was looking for. That hasn't happened too frequently. Most of the time, you know, I kind of nail it. But yeah, downstairs, man, those guys and gals, they got a little more responsibility than I do. I think a lot of the times, though, I think the main difference between our job, you know, and they don't necessarily know my job, and I don't necessarily know theirs. I think maybe the main difference in responsibility comes down to, like, timetables. Because, like, they have a schedule downstairs that can, like, recently it was, like, up to, like, for one person in particular, it was up to 2 years. So they started work on a job that was going to start, you know, 2 years from now. It's a long time. You know, well, there's times where, you know, I have a matter of weeks to work on something. And I had this one job very recently, where the product was done, and they're like, we need this added on to it. And I had basically no information. And that was, yeah, I had no information. It was like, we want this, and we have no information. Make it happen. And, you know, I was like, all right, make it happen, you know. And so that's what I did. Made it happen. And it was frustrating, you know. Sorry. It was frustrating. But it all worked out, you know. So I think that's the main difference. You know, sometimes, you know, I have to plan. I think more often than people downstairs, I have to plan my time a bit for the mainstream. Other than that, though, it's usually pretty cake. And then I get these weird questions sometimes. It's like, I want this thing that, you know, I think the best thing is I want this thing that we did previously, but I want it better, or I want these things. I want this outcome, and I have these constraints. Make it happen, and then you're like, well, that's just not possible. So I've had that conversation before with people where it's like, you know, sorry. Like recently, someone did something, and I was just like, what? I was like, my jaw dropped. I was like, what are you asking for here? It was absolutely incredible. And, yeah, it was just so weird. Other than that, though, cake work. I'm kind of excited about going back to college, though. In some regard, I'm not a huge fan of doing any kind of schoolwork. I'll be honest. I've never been really good at it. Everyone has their, you know, skill set. Mine's not schools. But if it all works out. And I pay the money. Okay, I want to see if they can like do a quest where I can get out of Liyue. Archon quests, world quest. It's an Archon quest for sure, but it's not a story quest. You share your feelings with Pine. Take the view outside Liyue to collect your thoughts. Complete other quests to We Will Be Reunited. Bow. Bowkeeper Dainsleff. Let's do this. I need to get out of Liyue. That's for sure. I'm starving Marvin. Oh, almost left the place. I need to use that guy. One day I have a hard time leaving maps uncleared. It's just a bad habit I've got. It's one reason I can't play any new Assassin's Creed game. I'll usually buy it, but I kid you not, I put 4 hours in that game before I even left. Like, was it Norway? I just can't leave any stone unturned with maps, so I have to power through and make sure I don't,
Traveler, please,
you know,
over here.
hang around these maps too long.
It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly?
More companions would
Is
be
that
nice.
so? Apart from your own, another person to count on is always good after all.
Yep, and it's even harder.
Ah, yes. I do have some information. Let me consult our rec.
Wand. Wait, do you mean... Does that stranger's face look anything...
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look
Seriously? How does this have anything to do with Kaya? I can't...
That stranger declined the guild's
Man, I haven't heard
invitation,
Kaya's name
so
in
I can't
ages.
say that I know any. Nonetheless, after all,
It took me like
it is
a
not
second to
uncommon
figure
for
out
some
who Kaya
adventurers
was.
Not want to be limited, and should this stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, you would please don't talk down on yourself like your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards in the city. Well, as to further, he stands guard at the city. I wish you every success.
Let's do it. Okay, Chapter 1, Act 4. So we have to do this Dainsleff World Quest before we can do this A Path of the Storm. I honestly don't know what gets us out of...
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra.
Not that it really matters. I mean, I want to get out so I can, get that beetle, but...
Ad Astra.
Perfect. Alright, let's see what we got here. What we gotta do? Ask Lawrence about the stranger.
Honorary knight. Is something the matter? A stranger with an eye patch. Let me think. Oh yeah, I remember seeing someone like that. A blonde stranger dressed in unusual garb. He was wandering all over Mondstadt at first, which I found rather suspicious. So I decided to keep an eye on him for a while. I lost him pretty quickly. Still, I didn't think that this was such a huge matter that we needed our outrider to pursue him by air. As long as Master Jean is here, there's nothing to fear from some suspicious,
Nothing to fear.
person.
That might be true, but if it were up to Jean, she'd take this way more seriously.
That is true. But on the... anyways. Oh yeah, he was at Wagner's smithy for a while before I tried tailing him. You should go ask him.
Wagner Smithy. I'm probably gonna call it pretty soon. I got some stuff I gotta do.
Why?
Meaning stuff.
You need something?
I gotta do laundry.
Here.
I gotta do laundry and then I gotta
Can't
do
say I've heard of any. He then had a look
nothing.
at the weapons in my ship.
But I'm extremely tired right now. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Anyway, let's go.
I've been working a crazy number of hours trying to make extra money because I have that ability. So he's trying, successfully making extra money.
What will it be?
Charles.
Grape juice or apple cider?
Do you see app? Okay,
Hey, Charles.
we're okay.
Have you seen a blonde stranger who wears an eye patch around here?
That I have. He comes here every night. Just even sometimes mixes his own drinks after he orders them. I don't know anything else about him, but from his selections and mixes, I'd say that he's quite the connoisseur.
And what's Master Deluxe?
Why, I just gave it to you. Quite the connoisseur.
Investigating everything as always.
If you're looking for that gentleman, he ordered some new bottle of wine in advance yesterday. So he should be here today, too. There's too many raucous patrons on the first floor, so...
So we have to go to the second floor and wait on the seat by the railing. Okay, seat by the railing. Okay. Easy enough.
Ah, welcome, sir. The wine that you previously ordered is here.
He's really here? Let's go downstairs and have a look.
Alright, Paimon, let's do it. How would you do this nonchalant? Oh, we're just chilling. Oh, we're taking a... I'm just having a seat, good man. It's not an eye patch necessarily. Let me talk to him. We're just creeping around behind him.
Wow. He's got no intention of paying us any mind, huh?
Paimon, that's disrespectful. He could be deaf. We don't know.
A traveler, you say?
Jeez, Paimon.
Why are you traveling? Well, that...
So, guess we've broken the ice.
What a weird guy, Paimon. Jeez. So insensitive.
that little one.
That's not true. And you know it.
It's indeed a good thing to have someone accompany you on your travels.
They remind
My
me of
name's
someone so particular.
I suppose you have some business with me?
Who is the voice actor for Dane Sleef? Dane Sleef. Who is Dane Sleef? I'm trying not to spoil anything for myself here. What element is Dan Sleef? We currently don't know their element. Okay, didn't really want to know that. A voice actor. Here we are. Yuri is the English. Okay. Oh, I don't want to print their name. Copy. Here we go, Yuri. They look oddly familiar. Yuri. They're 5'9" and 51. Man, that's some good. They voiced a character in Saints Row. Played Saints Row. They voiced Spider-Man in various games. Maybe that's what it is. What? No. So, no. Sasuke Uchiha. That's who it is.
Sure,
He was so cold just a
but I will require advance payment.
That's who it is! Oh my gosh! Oh, mind blown. I didn't know who that voice. Oh, I had no idea this guy voiced Sasuke. But I was like, oh my gosh.
500 mora and 3 answered questions. 500 is a one-time fee, and we'll settle the questions in a... That's it.
Well, now Paimon's
That's
kinda
amazing.
feeling. That kind of compensation can't be right.
Sasuke had one of the coolest voices in any show I've ever watched.
Ah, thank you.
Because
Now, as
the
for my
cool thing about
questions,
Sasuke was
I'd like you to answer them here and now.
they had no in between. They were either chill as could be or just aggressive. They had no other moods.
The answer to a question says nothing about right and wrong, only about differences in attitude. I only wish to know what your choices are.
But it's pretty good.
You
It's
need only
really
answer.
crazy how good voice actors can be, though.
Question 1.
Because
The crisis
the voice sounds familiar enough, but it's different.
That I should.
It's deeper, for
Well,
one.
Answer the question. Is that your answer? I see. Question number 2. Rex Lapis, who has defended Liyue Harbor for millennia
Rex Lapis
on
is
end,
dead.
Who do you think will defend Liyue Harbor in the future, now that they've lost their deity? So that's your answer? Now for my final question. This world has people who gained visions, and those who did not. Which of the two do you think hold more importance in the eyes of the gods? So, this is your answer then. I understand. As I thought. You really are similar to her. I'll take that 500 mora. And now I also understand your views on this world. As we agreed, you may now commission me. That said, I only take commissions related to the Abyss Order. Like you, I am currently on a journey. You intend to find your sibling, while I wish to oppose the Abyss. Ugh.
I know
Those
our sister,
I
I'm
have
thinking,
come
is
to
somehow
Mondstadt
involved in the
this time,
Fatui.
while on the trail of
I've been
an
thinking
even
that since
more
like day one.
twisted abyssal
It makes the
being,
most sense.
one
It's got
that
the biggest
commands
plot
the-
twist.
Oh, that's we haven't encountered the non-human abyss.
There's
Possibly,
some reason
like,
behind that, I'm afraid.
She forgot
It's
who she
possible that
was.
they may have been
Something
under
along
order.
those lines.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous.
They won't defeat me.
We're super duper strong.
Yeah, Paimon.
Manner. It's just like hers. Well then, let's go see for ourselves. Let's meet up at the temple.
Need to put the temple. I'm starving, Marvin. I like how in the States, at least, we've had phrases where you rhyme a name with words and you get a saying. You know, starving Marvin. Great as Gary. Tired as Tina. I'm making them up now, but could you tell the difference? I'm a tired Tina. A salty Sally. Stop being such a salty Sally. Shady Susan. You're such a shady Susan. Why? You're such a depressed Deborah. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
This abandoned temple does the Falcon.
Oh my gosh. Since I looked up Sasuke, I can't unhear it now.
Oh, it's nothing. Let's head inside.
I can't unhear it. In terms of voices, they're very similar. I mean, it's the same voice actor, obviously. And obviously, you can only do so much with your voice. Abyssal Traces. Recommended element. In my current party, I need a cryo. I don't directly have any cryos. I could make a team, but I'm not too worried. I'm not actually too worried about it. We're gonna choose this team. I'll probably be playing for the next maybe 9 minutes. Probably just last quest.
It's not far now.
Not far now, man.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
Here, let me go to weapons. Can I enhance this? I can't ascend it, and it's already good. Okay. That's what we got. That's what we're working with.
Can't catch me.
This is where we entered it from. Okay. A little bit of checkpoint in my life.
Attaboy!
Don't waste my time.
Pull in! Can't catch. Attaboy! It's showtime! Let's roll!
Where did that chest activate?
Can't catch me.
Oh, here it is. Wolfhook. Another chest. It's Wolfhook.
All forces.
Oh, Goro just got eliminated.
Terra smash. To dust. Let's roll. Coming through.
What's that thing? It's like emanating fire damage. It's weird.
Attaboy.
Give up.
So I may get to go on this trip in October. I don't rightly know if I'm gonna go or not. My grandma, we went on a trip to Springfield last year, and she kind of wants to go back because she had a really good time. And she's from Illinois, and so, you know, she just doesn't live in Illinois. And so she's like, you know, she wanted to go back, and she wanted to just kind of see some stuff. And I'm like, okay, you know, no big deal. And she wanted someone to go with. So she's at that age where she really can't, like, well, maybe even not that age. She didn't want to travel with somebody. Like, she didn't want to travel by herself. She wanted to travel with somebody. So originally she asked my dad, and my dad, I don't rightly know why, told her no. I think it may have had to do with like COVID or maybe just his relationship with his mom. I don't rightly know. You know, so anyway, I go. And we had a really good time. I had never really hung out with my grandma before, one-on-one. She's usually with my grandpa. And, you know, so it was a really cool time to just hang out with her. And, we had a real good time. And so she wants to go back, and she kind of wants to see some stuff we didn't get to go see. And so I may get to go do that. But now my dad, he asked me if I wanted to go on a vacation with him. I've never been on a vacation with my dad. So, you know, he kind of wants to go do something. But at the same point, he doesn't really know what he wants to do. He doesn't take vacations. Like the most vacation he gets is like going out into nature. And by that, I mean he goes down to like a park and he like camps. That's his kind of vacation. You know, which teach their own, you know. So, I really don't know what I'm gonna do now. It's kind of this weird thing. So I told my grandmother, I was like, hey, you know, my dad asked me if I want to go on vacation. Doesn't really know what he wants to do. I mean, he told me he wanted to go on an Alaskan cruise in November. And I kind of was looking at him like, does this guy know that Alaska freezes? Like, it's frozen before November. You know, it's really, it's like the closest thing to the Arctic, you know. Okay, I need to revive. I need to revive Ito.
Never underestimate an Oni. Ha! Let's roll.
Such a high, powerful move. Man.
Terra smash. Let's roll.
They're tough. Stupid shields. No wonder they wanted a cold and a fire and a water here.
Can't catch me.
Pyro and hydro. Man.
Just a few abyss mages? Seems like that herald might have already left. The abyss. It is chaos, and it is also destruction.
I don't know if I can eat.
It is a morass of inconceivable madness that encroaches upon this world's very foundations. That is why even the dragon of the
Sasuke, you
East,
just calm down, man.
servant of a deity, was unable to resist its corrosive powers. And the
I
creatures
gotta
of
find
the
something to
abyss
eat. Man,
desire nothing less.
I'm
Seem to know
hungry as could
I
be.
suppose that's as judging by the traces I'm following. Their next appearance may be within the territory of that old wolf. Perhaps we may find our abyss.
We'll find our Abyss Herald there. Precious chest. I don't know what I got. Okay. Go to Wolfdom. We'll go there. We got a little time. Not much, but we got it. We'll go see what we can do here, and then we'll.
Real men don't carry umbrellas.
You
Oh
don't.
boy, wow, it's really starting to pick up. Quick, come on, get yours out. Okay. Can't catch me.
That is so realistic. That's awesome.
Well, guess what?
Real men
You're
don't
not the
carry
boss.
umbrellas.
Uh-huh.
It's really starting to come down.
Go
Quick,
ahead.
get yours out.
Strike
That's
it
amazing.
down.
That is amazing. Someone took the time. Someone took the time. Here we go.
Can't catch me.
Well, we're in Wolfendom now. Think Dane's waiting for us up ahead?
We'll try. We'll see what Dan's
We should
doing.
meet up with him quick, in case the wolves decide they don't like him.
Lord of Wolvendom, great wolf king of the sharp of fang and keen of claw, and yet dwelling here only. No, nor does it know me. I only know these things because a previous traveling companion of mine once wanted to hear its story. All right, let's go see if that Abyss Herald has stopped by here.
I wonder if he's been friends with
Where
Razor.
do we begin? Are you standing here because of these strange bonfires, Dane?
Indeed. See that? Floating above the flames? It's an abyssal spell. Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left similar marks behind elsewhere. Let's have a look nearby.
Alright, Dane. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do today. Blackwings 28, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to go. I don't know, I'm probably going to watch. Right now I'm watching Big Bang Theory. It's a show that I'm not 100% a fan of. It's got comedy that's good, but it's got comedy that's bad. I'm like, I don't really know. I'm like semi-loving it. I'm like semi. It's whatever. Story's like okay, you know, and I'm like, oh, whatever. You know, so I'm gonna go. I will probably. I don't rightfully think I'll stream tomorrow. Right now I'm streaming like whenever I can. I don't know if I'll stream any of this week. Maybe on Saturday. Big Bang, yeah, it's pretty. It's like a show that I can get along with. The jokes, I don't think I've ever like there was a handful of jokes I can think of that I've like laughed at. But I don't really laugh at a lot of stuff. Most of my humor, unless I'm around my dad. My dad and I share a very similar sense of humor, so I laugh around that guy all the time. But most of my humor, I laugh internally. That is my, you know. So for me to laugh out loud, it takes a little bit. But it's been a pretty good show. Yeah. I think I'm in season 7 now. The shows, it's kind of weird because a lot of the shows I watch are like 50 minutes long. You know, they have that 42, 48 minute long episodes. But I'm like going through Big Bang like no problem. And I'm like, how is this possible? The shows are only like 20 minutes long. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's why, you know, I got a little nervous. I was just like, maybe I'm watching these in my sleep. But yeah. So I may watch an episode of that, but I gotta go to sleep here really quick. And I didn't know that button existed. Domains. So yeah. Black Wings, you have a good one, and I will say just, you know, peace out.